Unheard of.
What's up? What's up? Welcome everybody to another episode of Unheard of. And this week is a pretty special episode. It's our 2-year anniversary episode. So we got some guests this week. We got some of our favorite guests that we've had over this 2-year span of the show. From our first guest, Colton, to our most favorite listener, Drew. So how you guys doing this week?
That's an opinion.
That's fact. That's fact.
Drew's probably our most frequent guest also.
That's also a fact. And I'm the leader of the Unheard of fan club on Facebook.
That's true. Has there been any noise in the group lately?
I put stuff on there. When's the last time you guys have posted? I mean, what am I gonna do? Make a post? I mean, we've had
it's been like 2 weeks. We've been.
You gotta hop up.
We're busy guys, okay? You know, so like this isn't our only thing that we do. So as our lives take these twists and turns, sometimes we have to take little breaks. So I mean, I'm glad we're here this week with y'all. But yeah.
Yeah. How you know what? Let's just go around the room. Drew, how are you doing this week, man?
I'm good, man. Hot day today. I wanted to get up early this morning. I was going to wash my truck because I haven't washed it since Thanksgiving. So I was going to get up early and do it, but I wound up sleeping until about 12:30. It was about 91 degrees. So
wow, that must be tough.
I didn't do so hot. I mean, I got it done, but you know, just trying to take it easy, take it one day at a time, really.
Yeah, it's been, well, it was in the hundreds yesterday for us, but I know Colton's probably dying because it's about 106 degrees where he's at in Texas now. Because I think the last time we had Colton on was right before he left for military training, and now he's a full-fledged little soldier at his first unit here in Texas.
Soldier, man.
We're gonna pass it on.
IT specialist. So
we're gonna pass it on to our very first guest of the show ever. Colton, how's your week been?
I'm sorry not to interrupt you, Colton, but even though I am interrupting you, Drew, I feel your pain, bro. I woke up this morning about 9. I was gonna go out to the local track and maybe do some walking, running, and play some basketball. But I fell back to sleep at like 12:31. I'm like I was just now eating my first meal of the day right before we joined this. So it's been a slow going Sunday for me.
This is not big boy weather.
Oh yeah.
How about you, Colt? How's it been in Texas?
It's been great. The food is absolutely amazing. I ate Whataburger the other day. It was great.
Better than In-N-Out.
Well, I haven't had In-N-Out yet.
I wouldn't say that. In-N-Out is really good.
But it was good. But
In-N-Out's good for people that like to spend money and say that they tried something, because In-N-Out, you spend $10 on a burger that it's really not that good.
Wow, bro. I mean, get that stuff animal style, bro. It's delicious. But I'm sorry, Colton. Keep going.
Yeah.
Anyway,
we keep cutting Colton off like it's his first time
again.
All right, sorry. Go ahead.
Yesterday, but my whole entertainment system is pretty much.
How's your Wi-Fi arrived yet?
Yeah, true. We've got some technical difficulties on Colton's end.
Must be his Wi-Fi. All right, we'll come back to him. We'll come back.
So I'm gonna follow that.
Whoa, dude, your Wi-Fi was breaking out, man. We didn't even catch like half of that.
I think you were doing better outside, Colton.
Yeah, after you said
you're hot out there, so I left.
After you said the food was amazing, we heard nothing.
Well, I said my entertainment system was broken upon arrival.
Oh, yeah, that happens.
Perfect condition before I left, so I'm having to file a claim for that.
Oh, Man. So I know he just talked about his week, but this brings up a funny story that we can talk about too. So literally the movers, I think maybe I've said it on the show, but the movers we got that helped us move out here to Colorado, they had a deaf guy on the team. And they had him. Well, it gets funny. So, the fact that he's deaf isn't funny, but what he does is kind of funny. They put him with all of our pictures and everything, and he's literally like slamming down our picture frames into boxes. And you can just hear everything shattering, like in the other room, in the office, because all of our picture frames are getting busted because they've got the deaf guy putting in our pictures in boxes. And I was like, okay, I know this guy is deaf, so I'm gonna go talk to his manager because the manager he's with like knew ASL and could like communicate with him. So I was like, hey, could you kindly communicate that he probably should be somewhere else and not with the glass? Because, dude, I'm telling you, we get here to Colorado and all of our picture frames, like half of them were busted from where he was like throwing them in the boxes. But aside from that,
but like, damn, being deaf though, like that's just a side thing. Like even regular people know not to slam glass down.
Hey,
could he not? I know he's not
blind. Is not
he should have been able to see that he was breaking y'all's stuff.
Look, man, I give people the benefit of the doubt. Okay, so I'm gonna act like he never ever packaged glass frames before, up until that moment at my house. But
hell no,
my week's been good. I've just been studying for another certification exam. That's how my life's been lately, outside of work. But my wife and I had an 8-year anniversary, and that was pretty good. So if you ever listen to this, babe, I love you. Happy 8 years. We ate out at a nice restaurant where like the river comes up underneath. It's in the mountains and everything. So it was really fun. And yeah, other than that, that's my week, man. ABG, what about you?
Oh man, it's been slow going this week for me, man. I've just been trying to make it.
Man.
Just been trying to keep my eating healthy and working out, which has been working a lot for me. I've been playing basketball at least 2 or 3 times a week. So just been trying to get a lot of cardio in, some lifting. But I mean, other than that, like I haven't been doing much.
Hey, I hear you. So yeah, folks, this episode is being recorded on the day that our very first episode came out, June 12th, 2020, 2 years ago. Of course, it's going to premiere a day later on June 13th. But 2 years of Unheard of. I mean, some podcasts can't say that they've made it to 2 years, much less a year. I mean, we are still in this. We're having some good time still out here recording. And I just want to know, 2 years special. And I'll start with Colton. Colton and Drew, if y'all have like a special moment of the show that you've liked. So Colton, you tell me, because I got a couple things, but if y'all got like a favorite moment from our show's history.
I mean, I wouldn't say I got a favorite moment, but I got an infamous moment that particularly happened to me, and I think we all know what I'm referring to.
Well, yeah, definitely when we had you on as our first guest, and like just when you joined, and we just were like ending it basically, and you're just like, is it over?
Give me daddy.
That was a good moment for me. And I mean, I'm glad that we've been able to have you on a bunch more times after that, Colton. So we just had to play that nice little prank on you.
Hey, shut up, Drew.
To start with. I mean, any other favorite moments or anything, Colton? I mean, I know you've been listening to us from the jump, so.
I know probably anytime Ethan's on when he does show up, it's a pretty good time. probably the episode where you joined in last second when Ethan was covering for you because you had something going on. That was probably a good moment for me.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. What about you, Drew?
Well, of course, every time I'm on here, I always make a list of notes, and so
that was a comprehensive list you just pulled up. I just saw a little bit of it. It looks like you have like 10 or 15 things listed there.
He's about to be the host of the show.
They're bullet points. So the producer, let's get real. Well, Colton stole mine because what I did was I went through and I highlighted moments from all y'all two, as well as Colton and myself, since we're both on the show today. So, but Colton stole mine. My favorite moment of his is the this is it moment. That's probably the greatest moment in the history of this show.
See, that's how you start off a show, by doing something you can't top, because then people will still keep listening, thinking, are they going to do it this week? Are they going to do it? And then you never do, but they have that great memory from the very first time.
Now, my favorite moment for me being on the show, I've got two. The first time I was on, I was halfway during the show. I had to go do a hair appointment, but instead of just getting off the show, I decided to drive in traffic while on the show. Mm-hmm. So all you heard was me, honking at people honking at me, blinkers, all those things.
That's one of the things I definitely.
And then my other favorite moment is when y'all had that rat ass Mike Conti on this show, thinking he could step up to me. Who does he think he is? I don't think so. Not today. First and only time he'll ever be on this show.
That was a pretty good one too. That was probably a top 2 moment of the show.
Absolutely.
He'll never say it to my face. I'm just saying.
It's funny that you say that because we brought him back. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah. We didn't do it.
Bring it on, man. Bring it on, man. Don't hit a guy with glasses. Take them off. Anyway, my favorite moment for Arthur, it's not necessarily something that Arthur did. It's what Jerod did. I believe it was y'all's first year anniversary show. Jerod listed the outtakes of Arthur trying to get ready for the show. Listening to that 2-minute clip of Arthur going, "No, dog, get down. All of his outtakes was great. That was my favorite moment for Arthur. And but last, but certainly not least, the man himself, Jerod. It's all those bad sports takes you've had over the course of 2 years. They're well documented. We don't have to get into it. They're very well documented.
I mean, you could say 75% of those are usually right, though.
I'm about to say he's had a good track record.
Yeah, they're really good.
I've got it somewhere here in the closet. It won't be on this episode, but I've got it somewhere, the list that I've made of all the sports takes that you had wrong. I think one of them was you said that Tom Brady in his first year with Tampa, they wouldn't do nothing and they won the Super Bowl. I believe that was one of the takes that you had.
I remember that one. Because
or how about for me coming on here and saying the Hawks would go to the NBA Finals and they were 2 games away from doing it. All y'all
but they didn't.
I was dumb.
They didn't. But they didn't do it.
Yeah,
so you were wrong.
Sure, I guess so.
So you were wrong.
If you want to say that.
I mean, so I recall the Tom Brady take because a bunch of NFL teams have built powerhouses and they've never made it to the Super Bowl their first year. So I was famously wrong on that one. But yeah,
historically wrong.
Yeah, historically. I mean, they won it all. But I've got a few good moments. I'd say, top 3 is probably. I'll say a lot of that stuff that y'all mentioned was really good because I definitely had Colton's very first appearance on the show, but then we've done things before, like the first time we had Colton back on when we started doing videos, I muted him in several of his explanations. And I thought that was a good moment too.
Just complete disrespect from the start.
I liked the Mike Conti thing we did. Of course, I almost forgot about the Arthur outtakes.
Don't mean to interrupt you, but I completely forgot about the Mike Conti thing, and that is my favorite moment in the show. I do remember that.
Yeah, I mean, so the Arthur outtakes were really funny, I thought, at the time too. But one of my favorite moments so far has been a show I wasn't on at all because I do the editing. And so Ethan actually filled in for me. And I was listening to the show before I was, getting ready to edit. And it was basically just Ethan and Arthur talking about like dumb stuff from elementary school. I'm like, okay, this is a pretty good show. I mean, I was just laughing at like y'all talking about stuff that affected you back in like 5th grade. And I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna post the entire thing, no cuts, nothing. And I just released it on there. But of course, now we don't like to do episodes if me or Arthur has to take off. We feel like, we're the core of the show, really. So if one of us has to take off, we try to just push off another week or something.
Stop talking.
I'll mute you right now if you want to go at it again.
If you or Arthur can't make it, or both of you can't make it for like a week or so, I think me and Drew can do it.
I'm so sorry. My internet keeps cutting in and out. So if I'm just not talking, it's because of that.
No, dude.
I think the problem with that would be, Colton, they'd be too afraid that we would come on here and, take over. We would.
Yeah, their viewership would skyrocket.
Yeah,
well,
they would,
I will say another fun moment was actually when we got Colton's wife, Kristen Brooke, on the show, because we talked about like
the
cults.
Conspiracy theories.
Yeah, cults and conspiracy theories. And that show was one of our most listened to ever because, people love that stuff. But
bro, that's definitely one of my favorite episodes because not only was it fun to talk about that stuff, that kind of true crime stuff, but I think I drank a whole bottle of wine during that episode. So I was feeling it. I was feeling really good. Like that's
you couldn't tell. We wasn't doing video yet.
I just thought of one. I was on an episode with Arthur and y'all too. I forgot what episode it was, but halfway through it, this is Arthur right here. This is Arthur on the video camera. He's going.
Yeah,
And as soon as he stopped recording, he said, "Man, I thought I was going to fall asleep on that episode."
Yeah.
Sometimes, I mean, oftentimes we record these pretty late to accommodate, Jerod having a whole family and stuff. So sometimes I'm pretty sleepy.
Yeah.
When we record. So,
I mean, one day I'm gonna be hopefully back on the East Coast, and it'll be a little better because right now, like my 9 o'clock is y'all's 11, and so it kind of sucks. But yeah, ABG, man. Finally, what are some of your favorite moments from the show?
My favorite moment. This is, for me, I feel like this is more personal, but like, kind of me going from those first few episodes of me not talking like a lot at all, and then kind of being not like uncomfortable, but like not knowing how I'm gonna come across.
Yeah.
To me, kind of now being, how I am now, just more vocal and everything. That's been definitely a favorite part for me, is just growing kind of with the show. And then definitely all the guests we've had over time. I mean, I definitely want to thank all you guys for being on. I know we've had more guests. We've had Bryce, Eric, Ethan, Uriel, Christian. Yeah, we had a Christian episode. We've had a lot of people come through and kind of show us love on the show. And so I just want to thank everybody for that. I mean, this is kind of getting more sentimental. So I guess I'll go into some more.
2 years, baby.
Yeah, right.
Peace, love.
Some more of my like more concrete favorite moments. I think it might have been that episode that Drew mentioned that I kind of joined in late. But was that the episode that Ethan did the rap, the Unheard of rap?
I think so. Yeah.
When I went back and listened to that, it was so good. It was so good. It was a classic moment. Definitely. Another one of my favorite moments was we used to do kind of cold opens, right?
Not really. We've never really done cold opens. We've edited these promos and we give those out on a weekly basis. Okay. But
okay.
I think we may have done 1 or 2 before, but we don't really do it.
Okay, I think this episode might have been called up, and maybe I'm remembering wrong. But the episode when we had the Thought Police boys on, and we were talking about which animal would you want to protect you, and then the rest of the group was gonna come and kill you.
Yeah,
That was a good debate.
Yeah, that was definitely a good one. Yeah, just all the laughs that we've had on the show. Oh,
Yeah.
and definitely one of my favorite ones is when I gave you that rap quiz.
Oh
You
yeah.
did surprisingly well on it. You did better than I thought you would have on it. Or maybe I made it too easy. I don't know. But
Maybe.
it was good. It was good nonetheless. I mean,
there's like a lot of stuff that gets cut from the show that I don't think even the people that are on realize it until they listen back. Like the very first one, when we cut Colton off, we had basically recorded the entire episode. But then we let him hop on for 9 minutes. So there's an entire 9-minute conversation that was just completely cut. And there was a bit, and I don't think a lot of people realize this, but there's stuff I know that we don't sound good talking about. I don't know which episode it was, but we hadn't done video yet. And I think women's rights was on the table that week. And I think abortion was being spoken about. And even though it sounded like our opinions matched the consensus of America's, and they were actually okay in most people's minds, I just listened to it and I was like, this doesn't sound good coming from us. I was just like,
yeah.
I was like, we're just two guys. Like, we have no business talking about women's rights. So
Release it.
I cut it out entirely. And I think there's been a couple more times where I've done that, where we've just cut out a solid 5 to 10 minutes of the show before, just because something didn't sound right. Maybe at 3 years, I'll try to find all those lost tapes in the cuts and try to bring them back.
Unheard of. The lost tapes.
Yeah, the lost tapes, but really it'd be just one
tapes.
Jumble, because
join our Patreon to listen to the lost.
So I know Ethan and Uriel said they've got one episode that they never released, or maybe a couple, inside the vault, but we don't have that. Everything that we talk about gets released. I just cut parts of the conversation from time to time. So there's no official lost episode of Unheard of out there. There's lost conversations, but no lost episode. So yeah, those are some pretty good moments. I do also appreciate everybody who's been listening still for 2 years. That's pretty amazing. Listening or now watching. I know a lot of people have switched over to YouTube since we finally started doing all this, which is great. But yeah, been a fun 2 years, and hopefully we can keep doing it. And having said all that, we're gonna still get into one real topic of the show while we're commemorating our great 2 years, and that topic is going to be Stranger Things, because volume 1 is out and we should get into it. Stranger Things season 4 volume 1 is out as of this recording, and my early thoughts are it's pretty dang good, but I'm gonna let other people get into it. So how about you, ABG? I know you're a big fan.
Bro, I feel like every season they've only gotten better with these shows, and better sidekick. What do you mean?
The exception of one season in particular.
Which one?
Season 2.
Season 2.
Season 3 was good. Yeah, that whole storyline with Elle and going emo and running off, and nothing coming from that whole group after that, since.
I mean, I guess maybe I could rewatch it, but for me, it's gotten better every season. The side characters they introduce are only better this season. My main man, Eddie Munson, dog. I thought And they did a really good job at this, introducing this character, making you think that he was just like some huge like piece of shit guy that was basically kind of maybe gonna be like another Billy of this season, just like evil, kind of. But when you get down deep into his character, whenever he meets with Chrissy in the woods and everything. Oh, also spoilers for season 4, volume 1. Well, I guess we should say that. But whenever he meets with Chrissy in the woods and they have this nice conversation, he makes her laugh after she's been having this, terrible time. I mean, we all know what happens to her story at the end of it. But he's just become like just a lovable guy, in my opinion. And so I just want to see, and we know a lot of their side characters don't end up making it past their season, past the end of the season. So I really hope this guy kind of ends up living and making it the last season.
Me too.
But I mean, I feel like Vecna is a really, really good villain. The way he just kind of kills his victims is really interesting. Because I didn't know what was going on at first with Chrissy. I was like, yo, what? She's just like flying and stuff like that, and then she just ends up getting all mangled and her eyeballs are poked out and stuff. Like, it was good. It's been a really good season for me.
I think Colton mentioned it in the boys chat where he talks about, like, somebody did. I'm pretty sure it was you, Colton.
It was me.
But, yeah, talking about between Harry Potter 2 and 3, like Chamber of Secrets and then Prisoner of Azkaban, it just all of a sudden gets really dark. And then I think as soon as you see the scene of Chrissy getting mangled, you're like, this show isn't for kids anymore. Like, this is gonna be really dark. So I also, I thought it was really good. Of course, Dustin and Steve still every bromance that a couple of boys want to be. Honestly, I don't know if he's getting talked about enough, because I feel like Dustin is dang near the star of the show when it comes to like people that are stars. I mean, obviously it's basically 11 show, but Dustin, he's right up there for me. He's got to be like the second most important person on that show. The way they broke it up this season was really cool too. How it was like different groups and different locations. I thought they wrote it really well. Story was great. I'm looking forward to volume 2. Vecna is a villain with an actual backstory, not just some creature that's been there in the Upside Down, like for who knows how long. So yeah, all really cool. That brought Robert Englund, Freddy Krueger, bringing him on as a cameo. I thought that was awesome.
That was good.
So yeah, really good season. And now I'll let either Drew or Colton take the floor.
Okay, well, I'd just like to say,
first of all,
this is whoa, hey, don't interrupt me.
Sorry.
You was interrupting ABG the whole time, Colton. I don't want to hear it.
I said one thing to clarify what he said.
It was like 2 or 3.
Because he questioned me. But anyways.
I mean, he was trying to tell me about my opinion. So
yeah, he got every right to question you, Colton.
It's fine. I just say what happened.
All right.
But anyways, all right. So season 4, by far my favorite season. Like Arthur said, it gets better and better, with the exception of season 2. We're not going to go there. It's still a good season. It's just, I mean, as far as Stranger Things go, it's their worst season. But yeah, with the villains, the California group, I really didn't like that they didn't get a whole ton of screen time. I mean, you got my boy Finn Wolford, was supposedly the main character at the beginning besides 11, who now like got barely any screen time this season, which I really didn't like, because I mean they all had a good dynamic out there, but they really ain't doing much out there anyways. I think they just kind of threw them to the side a little bit, or they're just preparing them for a bigger plot in part 2.
I didn't really like Finn's character this much, like this season anyways, because he's like, it seems like he's more now. honestly, it might be one of those writing problems where the character has basically fulfilled their purpose and now they don't really have much going on. But now he's just like Eleven's boyfriend and not much else. Like, he doesn't really do anything outside of that anymore.
I think with that is he's like your typical teenage boy. Like when he's 11 or 12, he's with his guys, and then as soon as he starts getting interested in girls and gets a girlfriend, like that's all he knows. I think that's kind of sort of he's your prototypical like early teenage boy. I think that's the whole purpose of his character right now.
Yeah, I just think there's not like much to do like with him writing wise when they've got him like that, unless they broke them up, and did something that'd be pretty cool. Because his character wasn't the greatest this season, and
I mean
there was some cool stuff.
You guys keep talking about the California group and how they're not doing much. I mean, they're literally
went to Utah.
Elle. They went to go search for Elle to save her like that. I mean,
to save her, she's about to get her powers back. She's about to like mess up some people.
They don't know that.
And they saw Susie.
Yeah, they don't know that. Yeah, they did see Susie and Eden.
Yeah, and I love how. So I just also, and Drew, I'll let you talk more. I also just got done watching Under the Banner of Heaven with
great
Andrew
show.
Garfield. Yeah, great.
I watched it as well.
I loved it. Where they go heavily into Latter-day Saints and Mormonism. And then to see it on Stranger Things, where they pull up to Susie's house and they're like, "Are they religious out here?" They're like, "Yeah, but in a different way." I was just thinking, wow. And then you see like the Brigham Young posters and stuff in her room. I was like, yeah, they're gonna play it coy. That's cool. But I mean, I also like the fact that Jonathan, the character, basically turns into a stoner because that's what he is in real life. I mean, he basically got
arrested
caught
at Hartsville Jackson, didn't he, with cocaine or something?
Yeah, trying to get in from like London, and he's bringing a bunch of drugs into America. So I thought it was kind of funny that they played him out like that. So yeah.
What do y'all think about the dynamic of them sort of kind of trying to break up him and Nancy and trying to get Nancy back with Steve?
I mean, as far as the characters go, it's probably okay.
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense to me. Kind of, Jonathan is having these second thoughts, and he doesn't want to hold Nancy back. I don't know so much about maybe trying to get with Steve again, because I feel
it looks that way.
That's happening.
That's happening.
Well,
yeah.
Look, somebody's going to convince Robin that she's actually bisexual instead of a lesbian, and then that's when Steve's going to swoop right in. Okay.
No way.
No, they're definitely not going that way. I think Robin could potentially be on the death list for this season.
Dang, I
Maybe.
not. I like her take.
I don't think Steve or Nancy's gonna die, but they got to kill somebody. Somebody's dying.
It's gonna be Eddie.
I don't think you can do a side character again. I think you got to kill a main character this season. You have to. The stakes got to be high.
Somewhat.
Some theories. What we're thinking is going to happen in Volume 2.
Yeah. What about you, Drew? Since you were still trying to finish your thoughts and theories.
Yeah. Well, I'll say this: the thing that I really liked the most about this season, and I didn't think I was going to like it, was I'd already touched on a little bit the side stories where you've got people in California doing their own thing. Joyce, she's getting these letters and these packages. In the beginning, I didn't think that I would connect with that just because I felt like it was way too many different stories going on. But the fact that it's all, as the season progressed along, I really did enjoy it. The only thing that I didn't like, the only story I haven't liked is Hopper with the Russian prison. Like, I never, to me, Joyce and them got into that prison way too easy, if you ask me.
I was thinking
they got into that season. They got in, and now I know, the mid-'80s Soviet Union was, they're a couple of years from now, they're not existent no more, but they have to have their shit together a little bit better than that. I mean, they just walked right into that prison and was like, "Hey, you're coming with us." Like, what are we doing?
They had like the prison guard's outfit on.
But the counter that though a little bit though, Hopper's escape felt a little more real.
Yeah.
Than them getting into the prison.
Yeah, I will say that.
His breaking his foot and everything, and the whole plot to that.
You talking about 15 guys shooting AKs at him and somehow missing him on that snowmobile? That's felt more real.
That's gonna happen. That's a show. I'm talking about what led up to it and him actually escaping, not him getting shot.
Random guys shooting at main characters in series, it's like stormtroopers. They're never gonna hit them.
And I'll tell you this too. Here's something that you're not gonna know. As many of you know, big wrestling fan right here. Love me some AEW. My current favorite wrestler right now, his name is Jungle Boy. They played his entrance music on the first on Stranger Things, and y'all don't know what scene it was. It's the scene where they're at the skating ring and Tarzan voice starts to play. I lost my shit on that scene. Lost it.
I thought you were gonna say his interest music is "Running Up That Hill" by Kate Bush.
No,
dude.
By the way, that scene was phenomenal. I'm gonna go ahead and say it. Y'all might think I'm exaggerating, like our boy Drew, but I think that's top tier scene cinema, like top 5 scenes in the history of cinema right there.
Now, wasn't that cemetery? That was the cemetery in Rome, right? That was the cemetery in Rome, right?
Maybe.
I'm
almost positive it was. I'm almost positive that was the cemetery. You know what I'm talking about? Where the hill, and at the top of the hill, they've got FDR's wife buried. I'm almost positive that's that cemetery.
Yeah.
Well, we know Mount Berry's clearly in it. From the mental institution. But as far as theories go, I've got a fun theory.
And the house.
Huh?
Yeah, the house.
Yeah.
The house. Childhood home.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, fun theory is I wouldn't say a main character is gonna die. And if they did kill a main character, it would be God, why can't I think of his name? The guy who speaks Russian. Yeah, Murray. Yeah. If they killed one off, it'd be him. Because he's like the least important main character. I mean, he's important, but I'm saying he's not like the core of the cast.
They're gonna kill a kid. They're gonna kill a kid.
No, they're not killing a kid. But if I had to guess about somebody dying, I'm gonna say they take it the safe route. I think Eddie straight up dies in the last 2.
Man, I sure hope not. But I kind of second what Colton is saying about Robin, because I was doing some online research, and somebody had brought up the fact that before they went to the mental institution and they were in Nancy's room, that Robin was looking through all her stuff, looking through her tapes and stuff. So now that Nancy is getting full Vecna at the end of episode 7, that Nancy might have one of the tapes from her room that can save Nancy. So maybe in doing that,
hey Arthur,
might die. What's up?
Hey Arthur, let me go. Have you seen? You probably haven't seen set photos for Volume 2. They released some images the other day. I don't know who did, but it was like a HD, or no, it was part of the part 2 trailer. It was Robin, Steve, and Nancy, and like some weird battle armor. But it's like clearly Nancy survives the Vecna right then and there, because they're in like different outfits and stuff.
I'll say this: how about the reveal of who Vecna is be like one of the best villain reveals in TV shows?
Yeah.
I feel like I should have saw it coming.
Yeah.
Exactly. The fact that I didn't see it coming was really good.
Yeah, because like, when she's going through her memories, you always wonder like, where's number 1? And but then the way number 1 becomes Vecna is also really, really cool, which to me makes it seem like because of the way 11 opened that portal with him, he's gonna still be around in the next season, like the last one.
Yeah, maybe. But also, I think if Vecna isn't, I mean, I guess like a kind of like a in game kind of enemy.
Yeah.
What is going to be in store for these kids in season 5, dog? Like,
well, here's a spoiler. What do you guys think? I mean, they announced the other day that season 5 was going to be a time jump. How far along in the future do y'all think that they'll go?
Probably like college, early college.
No, I think they'll go to their senior year.
Maybe. Did they say? I thought they said they weren't doing resets or nothing. Like you're going to go straight into it after the end of this season.
No, they said they're going to do like a time jump. They didn't specify how far,
how long. They just said they were going to do a time jump.
I love the fact.
I think
that
it's going to help
all these
to
kids
age with the kids,
dude. Yeah. They should have did it for this season. All the kids are clearly like it's been 3 years, and when you're teenaging and all that puberty hits you, these kids do not look anything like they did like in season 3.
Especially Lucas. Lucas looks like a grown ass man.
Yeah, and the fact that they only said it was a 1 year time jump. Filming. I was like, they only gave him a 1 year jump.
I mean, they were like still late teens, like teenagers, 17.
Yeah, it's not really off. It's not like
that's not that bad. I mean, you got Tom Holland playing a 15-year-old Spider-Man in his 20s. So
what? He graduated in this last one. He was playing like an 18-year-old Spider-Man.
No, I'm saying like when he first. No,
it's really not.
When he first became Spider-Man, and
he was 15.
Tom Holland was 15.
He was like 15 or 16 when he first played Spider-Man.
Yeah, he's 26 now.
Yeah, because the pandemic happened, and years between movies. But when he first played, he was like 15.
Yeah, but I mean, I still feel like from this Spider-Man, that's still a good time,
Yeah.
It's not like a Tobey Maguire situation where they're all like 30 in high school.
Oh, yeah, true. Maybe that was a better comparison.
I mean, at least the focus isn't really on them being in school, right? So it doesn't matter that much. But
Sadie Sink still looks like super young though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I don't know. I think they just did like really good on her makeup out of all of them. Look at that picture of Colton popped up. His camera went off of his profile.
What was it?
It was like one of your old Facebook pictures of you just like doing that dumb face at the camera.
That dumb face. I think you mean your regular face.
Yeah, I was saying he like literally always takes pictures like that.
I tell you what, big prediction for the end of the season 5 whole show. Okay.
Wow.
And this one, I'm probably going to be dead wrong on it, so I'm just putting it out there. My conspiracy, because of the way that we've seen number 1 get into the Upside Down, I have a theory that in order to close the entire portals, 11's going to be gone at the end of season 5. Like she's going to forever be stuck in the Upside Down if she doesn't kill herself trying.
It's a good theory. It's a good theory. She opened it. She has to be the one that closes it.
Yeah. So,
or maybe it just fully takes away her powers for good.
And we should talk about the weird stuff that was going on in the show with the Upside Down. Like Nancy was looking for her guns, but it looked like her room was 2 years backwards in time. And you're thinking to yourself, well, Will did the whole ABC thing in the first season, and there couldn't have been the lights hanging 2 years ago in the Upside Down. So they've got some type of continuity errors between the seasons now, where they said the Upside Down is like 2 hours behind or 2 years behind present day.
What do you mean? They used a light bright though.
Yeah.
In this season, they didn't use the regular lights like Joyce had hanging up.
Yeah, but I'm saying they said that when she was looking for her guns, they weren't there, and then they checked her journal, and it was 2 years in the past, like in the Upside Down.
But I'm not getting what you're saying. Like, what would be the continuity, or they're not using those lights?
Yeah, I mean, so they were waving their hands for the light bright, right? And then they were waving their hands at the overhead lamps. What I'm saying is, how in the world was Will able to tell that she had those lights hanging up with the entire alphabet if, it's 2 years in the past?
Maybe it wasn't 2 years in the past when they were doing it in that season.
But that's what I'm saying, because now
No. It has to be for continuity, because they established this season what Jerod's saying, that when 11 opened the portal, that's what the time zone is now in the portal. Like, it's stuck forever whenever she opened the portal in that time. So whatever existed is what's always going to be there.
Yeah,
that's what he's saying.
Okay. I mean,
it's
I
like
get what you're saying.
It's something weird. It just doesn't make sense now how he communicated to Joyce in the first season. That's all I'm saying.
I thought about it too, but I shrugged it off because I didn't want to have that kind of continuity there in my own show.
Shows do that. I was just like, that's kind of weird now, if you think about it, the way they established the Upside Down in this season. So yeah, I mean, I think I basically consensus is that we basically all loved this first volume of season 4. So what about Papa coming back too? We haven't talked about that. Like, Papa is really, really insane that he's there in real time this season,
That was strange.
Stranger Things.
Yeah, I thought that was weird, but I think I like more with his character being in that opening scene.
Yeah,
I know that's the past. It shows him
I did like that.
going through his morning and everything, and then all of a sudden, boom! Like he's getting absolute his ass kicked, and all the kids are getting killed and stuff like that. Like, I thought it was really good.
How about the bad timing of that opening scene where all the kids are killed, and it's like coming off the heels of the school shooting in Texas?
Oh yeah.
They had that little disclaimer before the episode too.
Yeah,
I think pretty sad.
They did. Which, I mean, we can save those topics probably for next week, because it looks like the Senate is finally starting to do something with all that type of stuff. But yeah, it was terrible timing with the way they released the show. But yeah. All right, guys. Who's ready to play a game? We are going to play a fan favorite, right? We've done this countless times on the show. Haven't done it in a long time, and now we're going to play Psych once again. So hope you all enjoy this iteration. All right, so now, as everybody can see on our screen, I've got the game ready to go, and we are going to start playing Psych. The game is called Truth Comes Out, so we're going to do a bunch of dumb facts about our friends, and hopefully, one of us gets them all a majority right to win. So let's do it.
Truth comes out.
I'll ask the questions. So first question, what is J Ray's biggest fear? Everybody's going to write an answer, and then we select which one we think is the greatest one.
Oh. This isn't your biggest fear. I don't know what it is.
Well, I don't know what biggest fears are, but I put like a funny one.
I don't know what my biggest fear would be, honestly.
It's like we're waiting on ABG. Here we go. Answers: a bowling ball, God striking him down, third thumb growing back, or a barber. I'm just gonna tell y'all right now that I love my barber because it's myself. So.
Oh. Do you tip your barber?
Right.
What?
Do you tip your barber?
I mean, I guess so.
No.
Colton's answer. I knew it was his.
So I picked Arthur's as my favorite.
Dang.
But nobody picked my answer, which is God striking me down. So, because, Colton makes fun of me all the time for my religiousness. But so since everybody liked Arthur's better than my own, and it's a game with friends, Arthur has the most points. So right now, Cowboy Glass is in the lead with 4, Colt 1, and me and Drewby lagging behind.
A bowling ball.
So see my psych face?
No, I didn't.
No, I didn't pop up. Did you see mine? Arthur?
Maybe it doesn't come out for this game. Maybe it's that other one.
Yeah, I don't think you have psych faces in this. That sucks.
Dang, Jared, that really ruins the fun.
Do we want to quit? I'll play the other game.
No.
It's too late now, man.
What is
I only got 45 minutes.
Yeah, we'll play it next time. What is Cowboy Glass's biggest pet peeve? All right, me and ABG locked in, waiting on Colt and Drewby.
Max and Ruby and Max.
Waiting on Drewby. Here we go. So we got the answers. Stinky feet.
Oh my god.
Yard work. Raking the grass and having to keep repeating himself. Biggest pet peeve. Hey, I picked his answer.
Oh, I'm picking mine.
So one person picked mine, but Stinky Feet was the favorite. So right now, we got Arthur in the lead with 7, Colton with 1, and then also me and Drew also have 1. So
we're tied for second.
Cowboy Glass is really killing it on this one. Everybody likes his answers.
Yes, sir.
So third question, we got 2 more after this. You find a brown paper bag with a note, "Do not open," in the real one's fridge, otherwise known as Drew. What's inside? A brown paper bag with "Do not open." Do not open in Drew's fridge. This could go a several. Okay, I think I got it. All right, so we all have answers locked in except for Colt.
Yo.
Come on. All right, here we go. Don't know. I won't open it. IBS medicine, otherwise, for our listeners that may not know what that is, irritable bowel syndrome. It's AR-15. He doesn't want the government taking. And Crown Royal. Okay. I got mine. I picked Colton's answer.
Got mine. Yeah.
One person picked mine. Okay.
I picked Drewby's.
Yep.
Thanks, man.
I picked Drew's also. So now, well, Colton's got selected twice. So here we go. Our definitive scoring, round 3 out of 5. ABG still has a 3-point lead with 7. Colton now has 4. Me and Drew tied for last. Next question. If Colton could gift one item to everyone in the world, what would it be?
My love. That's what it would be.
All right, me and ABG are locked in.
My love.
I think for the future, it'd be really cool to record everybody's screen and then have all that, see what you guys are typing also on the screen instead of just mine.
All right, who are we waiting on? Still waiting on Colton?
Yeah, Colton again.
What are you going to gift everybody, Colton? Hurry up.
Here we go. The power of friendship. absolutely nothing. Boy is super cheap. Bible is is
Sweaty.
sweaty underwear.
Sweaty ass underwear.
All right, there we go. I'm locked in.
I think, hold on. I can't pick. Oh, there we go.
Pick Drew's answer. Dang.
Now a word from our sponsors.
And now a word from our sponsors. Fun fact, folks, this game is sponsored by Ellen DeGeneres, who is the famous talk show host for saying that her show is ending because she's not challenged anymore, when in reality, she sucks at being a boss. So while this ad is playing, just know that the reason she's quitting her show is because she can't take the heat, so she has to get out of the kitchen. So
that's true. I mean, our show has already ended.
Yeah. So now my ad, I think, is over. Got one of those dumb extra 5 seconds.
What to find out when you will die.
Jesus, so many ads. All right. So 2 people liked my answer. Wow. There we go. So now we got ABG still in the lead. Me and Colton tied for second with 5, and Drew in last at 3. We got one more round. Is ABG going to keep that early lead?
I hope so.
Or will somebody else step up? So if Drew had a museum, what would it be filled with? Huh. All right, I'm locked in. So is Colton, for starters. Wow.
Takes time to win, man.
Waiting on ABG and the real one. Ooh, the real one.
Speaking like Jason Derulo.
Jason Derulo.
Ooh, the real one.
Here's our answers. A bunch of big red images, wrestling memorabilia, and old football uniforms. The tears from his opponents.
Oh my God. Poopy
and
underwear.
poopy Okay.
Big red.
What is a big red image?
I just feel like
big red. Notice I'm not laughing, right?
that'd probably be his interpretation. Like, one picture in the museum wall is just like literally just a square of the color red. Another one is like red faces. Another one might be a gun that's colored red. You know, you never know.
Welcome to the Big Red Museum.
If you don't shoot big red, then you.
I picked Drew's answer again. Wow.
Dang. I come in last.
Wow. So listen to this. Our results. ABG wins with 8. Drew and myself come in second, and Colton slid to last place. So boom, Cowboy Glass winning it all.
And I do it for my city, and I do it for my family. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, we love it. So yeah, I don't know why, but I really like playing that game when it comes to the show, because you get a lot of fun answers playing with the boys. So, you know, with starting to wrap this show up,
No lie.
Huh?
I'm sorry to interrupt. No lie.
You good?
I wish we did do the psych faces. I feel like I picked a really good one. This is this is my psych face. Oh, it's green. You can't see it. It's all green.
just send it to me, and I'll get it.
I'm about to send it to you. Yeah, no lie. It's Mike Wazowski with that guy from is his name also Mike from Breaking Bad, the guy who Walter kills at the end. Okay, it's his face.
Man. Yeah, send it over. Face. I'll drop it. Oh yeah, also that's pretty good actually.
Also, another thing, you guys, I should have probably brought this up during our Stranger Things talk, but what would be your one song to play in case Vecna had his grasp on you? Jerod?
Oh man, I don't know, because it's got to be like your favorite song, right? You know,
that's true.
God, I don't know if I have a favorite.
It's a loaded question. It's like asking anybody what their favorite movie is. It's hard to answer.
Well, it's like, because you know the series plays it where she's listening to this song all the time, which is fine, but I don't know if there's a song right now that I'm listening to all the time. You know,
it could be just one of your favorite songs of all time.
Man, I don't know. I don't really know. Let's see. If I had to escape the wrath of a demon, what voice do I want to hear? Oh, you know what? I'm not gonna say it's my favorite song because it's not. But if I heard Tim McGraw's "Live Like You Were Dying," I'd probably come running.
All right.
So, I would probably come running.
What about you? What about you, Drew?
Any Cody Jinks song.
I'm about to say any Cody Jinks song for this guy.
Any Cody Jinks song. Just pick one. Yeah, Hippies and Cowboys. If Hippies and Cowboys, I would do. You'd see a fat boy doing some running, some Hippies and Cowboys.
Okay, Colton.
I don't know. I really don't.
Okay.
No clue. You can't pick.
No.
Just any song. Even for the sake of the show, just make up one.
Taps.
I'm not gonna make up one for the sake of the show.
Jesus Christ. Yeah, that's the song they play after you're dead. So.
Okay, well, I guess we could skip over Colton. Mine, I even have it in a playlist on my Spotify that I shared to you guys.
It's my one song. Vecna gets me.
Play in Case of Vecna, and the song is "Late" by Kanye West. So you play that.
Nice. Yeah, those are pretty good. If you guys heard a door slam twice, it's because my son ran back into the basement. But it was a pretty good topic, so I didn't want to cut anybody. But yeah, that was really good to bring up. I liked it. In closing up our 2-year amazing show, we're going to start with some really quick closing thoughts, and I'll leave it with you. I'll start with Colton, and then we'll go to Drew, and then we'll close it up with the main boys. So Colton, whenever you're ready, go ahead.
We're doing closing thoughts or memories?
Closing thoughts. I mean, you can use a memory. You can use a memory.
Well, the memory that I was going to use is when.
Oh, dang! He just came off. I couldn't even hear him.
Jerod, come on. Come
on. All right, go ahead. Sorry, we had to do it. 2-year special.
Mm-hmm. Oh, this is a memory on you anyway. So
good.
It was Jason's bachelor night, not the fight between you and Drew. That was iconic. But when we went to Top Golf, and you swung and the ball just went bouncing everywhere. Everybody was like, "Wow, wow, wow!"
Dude, what about when I actually let go of the club and that went behind me too?
That's a classic.
Dude was a straight menace and didn't have nothing to drink.
Dude, I suck at golf. I mean, I haven't played real golf at all, but just based off my experience at Top Golf, I would suck. So, yeah, maybe one day I'll get into it. So any actual closing thoughts or just the quick memory?
Just a quick memory. That's my closing thought.
All right. What about you, Drew?
Well, I guess I could get back to the sorry, I don't know what I was going to say. I lost my train of thought there for a second, fellas. It's been an honor to have been on the show once again. You know, I'm very excited and very happy for you guys. You guys are celebrating your 2-year anniversary. You know, I hope that there's a lot more episodes to come. I hope there's a lot more continuous episodes to come. You know, these 4 or 5 week hiatuses, you know, but I get it. You guys are both busy men. It's not like you're being paid to do this, but
again, me and Drew can take over if need be.
You have faithful listeners out there, guys. They want to hear y'all's opinions on sports and entertainment weekly.
Anytime we've taken more than a 2-week break, it's been an actual break where we've announced, hey, we're taking a break for the holidays, or hey, we're taking a summer break. So that's been like our 3 or 4 weeks. I think the most we've gone is like 2 weeks, and then we usually do another one. But yeah.
Go ahead. And one little quick memory. When Arthur's car caught on fire, and he posted it on Snapchat.
Classic.
That was funny.
Yeah. All right, man. Thanks. I'll tell you what. I'll get into a quick memory also. Then, one thing I really appreciate about this show is obviously the bond between ABG and myself. And there was a time a few years ago where Arthur had just gotten into a wreck, and out of nowhere, like just straight up coincidence, like, you know, we had moved back to Georgia, and I just happened to be in Cedartown. I just happened to be pulling up as Arthur is getting into just got into his wreck, and I took him, you know, dropped him off at the hospital and everything. And I'm just thinking, wow, some things are just like, you know, those are like those really good signs, like, hey, this is your friend, you got to be there for him, you know, when you just pull up and stuff like that. So that's a fun little memory that I've got. Closing thoughts is, yeah, man, 2 years, pretty good accomplishment. We know, obviously, recording's been off, but this year in particular has been really tough on mine and Arthur's career, where we both got a lot of different things going on all at once. So hey, we're trying, but we don't typically go longer than 2 weeks unless it's previously announced. So yeah, maybe we'll get some better stuff for y'all. Really enjoyed having you boys on. Really appreciate everybody that's been listening consistently for 2 years. That's amazing. And I just hope everybody has an awesome week. And you can find me on Twitter at Jerod Evans. Over to you, ABG.
All right, man. I kind of got 2 memories because one of these involves Colton and Drew, and then another one is just kind of like taking a trip down memory lane with you, Jerod. And the one with Colton and Drew is one time after a football game at the high school, we were all riding in Drew's truck, and me and Colton were gonna be riding with Drew and Dole, and so Colton and Dole decide to have a race to get front seat, and so when they make it to the door, they both pull the door handle, and they pull it so hard that the door handle comes off. And so Drew kind of gets, I mean, of course, extremely mad. And so he starts vocalizing his anger. And so Dole leaves. And so then it ends up being me and Colton in the truck. And we're still, it was Dole that did it though. So yeah. And so we're still laughing about it.
We're having a good time in the backseat.
You know, just making fun of your friend because of his door handle just got pulled off. So he turns around to look at us with the most angriest. This is probably the most angriest I've ever seen Drew before. my man goes, "Oh, y'all think this is funny?" And we're like, yeah, kind of. And he's like, "Both y'all can just get the F out, get out." So he kicks us out of his truck. And I mean, in the moment, you know, you kind of sad for your friend because I mean, he just got mad enough to kick you out of his truck. But then now looking back on it, that is probably the top moment that I've ever had with Drew before in my life. Just like him, just getting so mad because of.
It took forever for Dole to come up with the money to pay for that door handle. He messaged me that night. I was like, "I'll pay for the door handle, but you're gonna apologize for screaming at me before I pay for it."
Man.
But then another episode, another memory with my man Jerod here. I don't know. I mean, maybe you still remember this, but back in our elementary school days, me and you used to compare, I guess technically our height and weight, like our stats, with each other, against each other. Like, you know, when we're younger, we were kind of like the same height and weight and everything, and then we would always compare. And then eventually, you just like started growing very much taller than me, and I just started going wider. So just that, man, just us being able to see each other for all those years and just still be in each other's lives, I guess, kind of. So that's a good memory for me. It's Colton leave?
Yeah, he just jumped back in. I mean, so by fifth grade though, I was basically also pretty big myself. I mean, I was wide. And then I went through. Yeah, I mean, we stopped comparing, but I was basically wide up until I got to high school, starting around like fourth and fifth grade. Yeah, man. Yeah, awesome memories.
Yeah, these past 2 years doing the show has been very much fun, and hopefully we just keep going with it, get more listeners, just have more fun with it. And I'd like to thank, you know, I mean, I already kind of listed a lot of people that have been on the show, but if you guys are listening right now, thank you to everybody who has taken the time to listen, everybody who's taken the time to be a guest. Thank you, Colton and Drew, for being on this episode. Yeah.
The honor's mine.
Everybody.
The honor's mine.
Thank you, Jerod, for editing, taking the time out of your week to edit the show. Because I mean, I'm not inclined at all on editing videos or anything. So he's our guy for everything. I'm just basically a voice and a personality. But yeah, Jerod does a lot for the show, and so I definitely want to thank you the most, Jerod.
Thanks, bro. No problem. And, I love doing the show.
Yeah, man. You can find me on Twitter at young without the O_ABG. You can find us on Twitter at unheard_of_pod. It's going to be the same on Instagram, unheard_of_pod. Facebook, you know, search us up. We got a page. We got a fan page. Shout out Drew. What's the fan page called?
The Unheard Of fan page.
There we go. And YouTube, you'll find we post links to our YouTube all the time. I guess like and subscribe. Should I say that? People like and subscribe anymore?
I think people still say it on YouTube all the time.
Yeah. Comment, like,
hit the
subscribe.
notification button.
Hit the little bell to get notifications for whenever.
It's right there. It's right above my head. Hit it. It's right above my head. Hit it.
Yeah.
And we're on Spotify. Come give us a listen if you don't have time to watch us. Yeah. Thank you, listener. Thank you, everybody. We do this for you.
Yeah, and just like the very first show, Colton is not here in the final seconds. I don't know. I swear to I swear to God, I did not cut this man out of the call. He's apparently been having some internet issues. So hey, we'll miss him for the last few seconds here, but oh well. Great 2-year show. Happy to be here. And we're looking forward to everybody listening to our next one, or watching and listening. So without further ado, we love you, we hear you, and we hope you hear us. Hear it unheard of.
Unheard of.